Hello, history buffs. Welcome back to Pims' Peculiar Past, where we peel back the layers of history to reveal the sweet and sticky events of yesteryear. Today, we're diving into one of the most bizarre and syrupy tragedies ever to hit an American city, the Boston Molasses disaster of 1919. Grab a spoon and get ready for a tale that's more treacly than a pancake breakfast. A sticky situation. Our story begins in the bustling north end of Boston, where the Purity Distilling Company had a giant molasses storage tank. This tank, standing 50 feet tall and 90 feet in diameter, held over 2.3 million gallons of molasses. If you're thinking that's a lot of molasses, you're right. It was intended to be processed into industrial alcohol for munitions and other uses. Little did Bostonians know that this tank was a ticking time bomb of gooey goodness. A warm January day. On January 15, 1919, Boston experienced an unseasonably warm day. The temperature had soared to around 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, a far cry from the usual winter chill. The warmth caused the molasses inside the tank to expand, increasing the pressure on the already poorly constructed container. Around lunchtime, the tank could take no more. The Great Molasses Wave. With a thunderous roar, the tank burst open, releasing a tidal wave of molasses that rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour, or 56 kilometers an hour. The wave, reaching heights of 25 feet, or 7.6 meters, swept away everything in its path, including buildings, vehicles, and people. The molasses flood covered an area of several blocks, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The aftermath. A disaster claimed 21 lives and injured 150 others. The sticky substance, which hardened in the cold air, hampered rescue efforts, trapping people and animals alike. Cleanup crews worked for weeks to remove the molasses, scrubbing it off buildings, streets, and even inside homes. The blame game. In the aftermath, investigations revealed that the tank had been poorly constructed and insufficiently tested. The Purity Distilling Company faced numerous lawsuits, eventually paying out over $600,000 in damages, equivalent to about $9 million today. Witnesses reported hearing the tank groan for weeks before the disaster, and it was found that the tank had leaked molasses almost from the start, but these warnings were ignored. Sweet irony. The Boston Molasses disaster remains one of history's most peculiar industrial accidents. It's a reminder of the importance of proper engineering and safety standards. Plus, it's a tale that makes you think twice before pouring syrup on your pancakes. Fun facts. The smell lingered. For decades after the disaster, residents claimed they could still smell molasses on hot summer days. A molasses flood in court. During the lawsuits, it was claimed that the company had painted the tank brown to hide the leaks. A lesson learned. The disaster led to a stricter building regulation in Boston, ensuring that no tank could burst forth with such sweet fury again. So there you have it. The sticky, sweet, and slightly surreal story of the Boston Molasses disaster. It's a reminder that sometimes history can be stranger and more sugary than fiction. Until next time, keep your history sticky and your tank sturdy. Stay curious. Pim. Do you have an unusual piece of history for Pim to research? Email us your suggestions at beastlybanterblog@gmail.com.